What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we have to talk about the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart review scores. They are out, and they are amazing. No, honestly, I'm so happy for this game. You can call me, really, you can't call me Sony fanboy or even Sony hater because I kind of do a little bit of both, but I'm going to gush about this game because this is a game I've been rooting for. This is a game that, I've said time and time again leading into this game, I feel good about this game. It's a safe game, and safe meaning I don't really think there's a lot to worry about. I think that this game is going to be, and the only thing I guess there is to worry about is, and actually is what people are saying, is it a good game or is it more than that? And that's kind of actually what we were talking about, right? We know it's going to be solid kind of across the board, but how much better can it go from there? That's the uncertainty. And the answer seemingly is pretty high. Okay, so I want to talk about the review scores, talk about what people are saying, the critics that are reviewing this game, talk about if that matters, because that I think that's an important thing to discuss in general. But first, if you guys haven't already, make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. And if you guys want to join us through Patreon or YouTube memberships, both we have available. You get exclusive things by participating in them. They're only 2 tiers. They're not too expensive, I think, at all, and you do get exclusive perks for doing that. Patreon is in the link below, or in the link in the description, I guess I should say, and the join button obviously is right next to the subscribe button. Would love to have you guys supporting us that way as well. Obviously, no pressure, no forcing whatsoever. Okay, so let's talk about this. Look, the score is actually held very tight. Now, when I'm recording this, very important, I hope to get the video up probably close to an hour and a half or 2 hours after I'm done recording, but right now, 89 on Metacritic based off of 86 reviews. Earlier, it was also an 89 based off of like 30 to 40, so it's basically doubled in terms of how many people have given this game a review and actually given a score, and it's held the exact same number. You can scroll through. There are loads of 10s from comicbook.com, from Games Radar actually gave it a 10. We got this covered. Why they get games in the first place, I don't know. GamesBeat, all these places giving it a 10. IGN gave it a 9. Loads of sites really that did give it a 9. 9 seems to be the most of it. You can look at the ones that haven't given the game a score yet. Polygon, Kotaku. Some of these I truly don't care. Actually, those two in particular, I could care less in terms of what they do give it. And then you have Washington Post gave it a 70. Metro Game Central gave it a 70, and a couple others gave it a 70. So even the lowest score right now is a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. And the highest, obviously, is a perfect score. And then you have some 9s, 9.5s, 8s kind of sprinkled in through. So again, really, well, first thing we should say, and it's important too, especially with me, I talk kind of down to gaming journalism in general, and I mean every word that I say, and I'm not afraid, and I look you guys in the face, but the camera is not on, and tell you guys that. With that being said, right, do I actually care what these critics say? Well, I guess I care enough to make a video about it. At the end of the line, or at the end of the day, as I always say with all of these, and I talk about review scores quite often, I don't make my financial decisions. I don't buy these games based off of what these people say. Not even, I have in the past, like years and years and years ago, but over the last, let's say, 4, 5, 6 years, I haven't, cared in that respect what, journalists say. So if you're trying to get me on that in terms of like, oh, Alex, you listen to gaming journalists, no, I actually don't. But obviously I do care enough to make a video on it. But no, look, when you have this many people saying these specific positive things, I think it's not a lock, it's not a full lock, but it's something that I think we can expect. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to play this game on Friday. A lot of people are excited. So basically, what I saw pretty much in the review is this, or the reviews is this. The game is the standout PS5 game. And actually one of the things that I'm seeing now, which I'd love to just call people on, one of the things I'm seeing now is I've seen a lot of people say, this is why we need PS5 exclusive games. Well, cough Horizon, cough God of War. I don't know what to tell you about that one, right? I made the prediction in either the God of War or Horizon video that I think Ratchet and Clank will actually outperform. Will look better, will run better, that kind of stuff. Not necessarily be a better game, but it'll do those things better then Horizon, even if Horizon launches like 6, 7, 8 months after Ratchet & Clank, that was my prediction. I feel like I'm going to be right. And that's simply because this game was made from the ground up for the PS5. Horizon was made from the ground up almost entirely on PS4, which annoys me quite a bit. But, and that actually just recently came out. I haven't talked about it yet. I'm kind of itching to. But that's an aside. Sorry for rambling. I know some people get very, very upset when I do that. And I kind of do it just to upset those people. But no, I mean, so like, the visuals and how the game performs, again, we always kind of assumed it was going to be really good. Turns out it's better than that. It is the best thing we've seen on PS5, and it's the best thing. And okay, I'll say this, flat out honest. It could be the best thing we see on PS5 for a very, very long time. And again, to bring up God of War and Horizon, the only reason I say that is, you know, there are games here and there that'll be only on PS5. But if you think about what games and what studios really push hardware the most, okay, it's normally the exclusive. It's the team that's owned by the company. So it's Sony's first party teams, right? Okay, so Ratchet and Clank is from one of them. You really, you know, you have games that are going to be on PS5 afterwards, but besides those like smaller examples, then you have Horizon, then you have God of War. We could be looking at the PS5 a year from now with smaller games that have come out on PS5 or big games that have just come out from not Sony first-party studios, okay? And we could still be saying, yeah, Ratchet & Clank is the best that it's pushed it. Now, I look at that as a major negative almost for the PS5. In terms of Ratchet & Clank, it's all good. You know what I mean? So if we're talking about Ratchet & Clank, that's a phenomenal thing. If we're talking about everything else, it's actually a really, really bad thing. And then the biggest thing, and it's what we talked about countless times in videos leading into it, okay, we know the game's pretty. We know it looks like a Pixar movie, right? Well, what about the game itself? That's really, again, I think the game's going to be solid, all that stuff, but that's really where the game could be broken from the respect of like, okay, you have all of these really, really good things, and then where does everything else land? Seems like it did really well. Now, story, characters, some of that stuff I think is very, very much like a matter of opinion. I think we can all kind of agree on what looks good or doesn't look good, although even in that respect, you know, you can have different, I guess, levels of maybe I think something looks great that other people don't. I mean, that's understandable and that's fair and that does happen. But, you know, the story and stuff like that, that's debatable. Seems like the story is good. I would say maybe even better than good. I think the gameplay, from what I've seen with like the experimentation and the different guns and exploration, like exploring the different biomes and stuff, it seems like that is like elite territory, like higher up. I feel like I've seen, and it's not even like I've seen bad things on the story, it's just that out of all the things that have been talked about in terms of how elite they are, in terms of how like actual next gen, like this is truly that next leap, a lot of things have been kind of lumped into that category. Doesn't really seem like the story or characters, maybe the characters, but maybe not the story, are lumped into it, okay? And that's kind of it. I mean, I'm really happy for it. An 89 is phenomenal. You know, could it get into the like it stayed the same score when the reviews doubled, so I feel like it's probably going to hang out around I think it's probably going to land 88 to 90, which actually, didn't I predict that's exactly where it was going to? I'll have to go back and look at my review score predictions, but I'm pretty sure that's what I said is where it's going to land. So hopefully, if that's true, then I actually nailed that perfectly. But this is a really good score. I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't really expecting a 93, 90. Like when you get into 93, 94, 95, you're looking at some of the highest reviewed games, like the top 10 of all time. Okay, and 89 is phenomenal. I see people pointing out that it was higher than the last Halo and the last Gears, which both got an 84. I'm not about that. You know, I've seen people at the same time though. There has been Xbox people that I've seen do the whole, well, this is what the trailer looks like, this is what the game looks like, look how bad like the difference is, when that's not actually true. So I've seen kind of fighting from both sides. Again, I don't participate in the console wars. Xbox has some great games. They're gonna have some great games. This is a phenomenal game for PlayStation. This is a Game of the Year contender, I think, immediately. I cannot wait to play it on Friday, and I'll let you know my own opinion when I actually get to play it. I do plan, hopefully, on doing a review. Game seems like, I saw one review that said it took them 16 hours, and they did most of everything in the game. So it seems like maybe it's like a 15 to 18 hour game. That's pretty darn good. So, we'll be, I'll be playing it hopefully Friday and into the weekend. Hopefully early next week I'll have beaten it, and we can talk about it from there. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Are you getting the game this Friday? Are you happy with the review scores? Anything that you guys see out there? Let me know. As always, again, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you want to join us on Patreon or YouTube memberships, they're the exact same thing, just in 2 different places depending on where you guys feel comfortable. You get exclusive stuff, again, for both of the tiers that you can support us in. Would greatly appreciate it. Again, Patreon, the link is in the description below, and then YouTube join button obviously is right next to the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.